Hi, this is Mark with ValueCharts.com. We're going to be taking a look at the soybean futures market here. And one thing interesting to note is that this market basically is now in a wedge pattern. So we're watching to see what side of the wedge pattern this market could potentially break from. Right now, as of today, it looks like it's heading down to test the lower trend line. If it were to break this, it could conceivably have a long ways to fall. Now, where it ends up intersecting is probably going to be around the 1560 to 70 level. And when that actually happens, I would connect a trend line here to the recent lows here, going back to the middle of July and recently as of last week, early August, to see exactly where the break of this trend line could occur. Several things that I'm looking at here are we now have downward momentum according to MQ momentum. So we see the histogram in the red area here. We now have a cycle finder downturn, which usually projects price to go down for several days. In this case, we're looking at a daily chart, so several additional bars. And then also we've seen the trending indicator here turn back down to sideways, essentially. The trending green histogram bars are confirmation of uptrending action. The blue histogram bars could represent either a correction or a reversal. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that when prices do go down and test this bottom trend line, there's a chance that prices could bounce off of this. We want to be obviously very aware of this, and we want to, if we want to see prices continue down aggressively if we do get that downside break. Now, one trade could be either trading the break for a couple points or a couple cents per bushel here if we do indeed get a break of the bottom trend line. But we should also expect there's probably a likelihood that this market could come back and even test the trend line and then head south if it were to break it in the first place. Let's keep track of this market. We'll continue to watch this as this unfolds, but right now it looks like we're seeing a setup to potentially experience lower prices. Today we're obviously down a bit in this market, about 32 cents from Friday's close, and we could see a lot more price action on the downside here if we get a break there. Well, stay tuned.